Hey, good day to everybody out there. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you don't mind a little bit of art history today. So we got to go back to approximately 1503 when Leonardo da Vinci came back from Milan. That's where he painted the Last Supper. And when he came back to Florence, he began work on the Mona Lisa. Now her identity is still unknown to this day, but there was a story. The painting was done after the wife of a textile worker named Gioconda, and her name was Lisa Gherardini. So, people would call her Lisa Gherardini or Lisa Gioconda, and they called her Madonna Gioconda. Madonna Lisa got shortened to Mona Lisa. But that's just a story, and no one knows if that's true or not. So it took him approximately 4 years, and he kept it with him at all times. And he never gave it to the person who was painted after or anything. So we get to Leonardo's early 60s. It was when he moved to Paris, France, and became the court painter for Francis I. And that was in 1516. Now Leonardo would die 3 years later in 1519, and the Mona Lisa would become part of the French royal collection. And it stayed there for approximately 300 years until the French Revolution, when the Louvre became a museum, and that's where it was sent to. And that's also when Napoleon noticed it and took a liking to it and actually kept it in his bedroom for 4 years. So after that time, the Mona Lisa was sent back to the Louvre. And no one really paid attention to it until maybe the late 1800s, when it started gaining a little notoriety. People were wondering who it was, and that little grin on her face and stuff like that. Now we come to the early 1900s, when the Louvre needed upgraded. It needed repairs, and they were thinking about encasing the paintings in glass and stuff like that. So we enter Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian worker. So in August of 1911, he stole the Mona Lisa. Now, no one really knows. Like, his story was he did it out of patriotism, because he said Napoleon stole other Italian works of art, and he wanted to send it back to Italy. Others believe he stole it for an art forger named Edoardo del Valfierno to make forgeries, make money on it. And when he sold those forgeries, he gave the painting back to Vincenzo because he had no use for it. And he kept it in a little room above a restaurant in Florence for 2 years. And in 1913, he contacted an art dealer named Mario Fratelli, who ended up turning him in. Now, this whole time, when it was gone for 2 years, it was in a paper every day. What was the painting? What happened to it? Who stole it? And some people thought Picasso even stole it, because Picasso was like 30 years old at the time. So, Vincenzo spent approximately 2 years in prison, 1 year in prison only, and ended up serving in the Italian army, and ended up being a POW in Austria, and kind of died unassumingly in 1925. So, if it wasn't for maybe him stealing it, the Mona Lisa may not be arguably the most famous painting in the world. So that's what's great about history. So I try to condense everything in there for you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch up with you later. Take care, everyone. Peace.